South Charleston residents make the most of their free time thanks to the city's diverse and well-maintained system of parks, fields, the Memorial Ice Arena, and the expansive community center. These fine facilities, along with the city's centralized location, make South Charleston an ideal host for travel team tournaments and a number of youth and amateur sports. Little Creek Park is unique for its soapbox derby facilities, considered to be the nation's best and the only known track outfitted for night racing. If golf is your game, Little Creek Golf Course dates back to 1921 and offers a complete country club experience with an Olympic-sized pool, lounge, and fine dining. There are several hotels in the city and around the area for visitors, with accommodations to match your taste and budget. Shoppers can browse among the city's 5 neighborhoods, from famous name stores to family-owned favorites. The area dining scene can be as elegant or as down-home as you'd like, with locally owned restaurants ranking among the city's best. South Charleston's CVB offers events throughout the year with plenty of opportunities for concerts, rides, snacks, parades, and a certain couple dressed in red arriving in a helicopter. What is now the West Virginia Regional Technology Park began in 1949 as a research and development center for Union Carbide. In 2010, the facility, with its more than 250 acres, was donated to the state of West Virginia and is now owned by the state's Higher Education Policy Commission. Located adjacent to I-64, close to a CSX railroad main line and Yeager Airport, the facility comprises some 40 buildings and 950,000 square feet of office, laboratory, and pilot plant space, and provides ideal venues for core research and development in such areas as energy, chemicals and materials, and biotechnology. Tenants range from established giants such as Dow Chemical and Matrix, along with the likes of Marshall University, Bridge Valley Community and Technical College, and recent arrival N3, a technology-driven sales and marketing firm. WVRTP's future includes continued expansion and the potential to add to the nearly 1,000 workers currently employed at the park.
Great things are happening at the West Virginia Regional Technology Park. We're building on West Virginia's strengths in chemistry and energy, creating hundreds of high-paying technology jobs and diversifying West Virginia's economy.
West Virginia's home for innovation is West Virginia Regional Technology Park. South Charleston is already a city with much to admire, with its historical and cultural institutions, wide-ranging outdoor and recreational amenities, and its economic assets, most notably West Virginia Regional Technology Park, and it only plans to get better. The city is working to attract retail and other development as a means of directly funding various public projects. A new wellness center is in their plans, built in partnership with longtime healthcare presence Thomas Health Systems, with another partner, Stonerise Healthcare. Thomas Health Systems is embarking on construction of a post-acute care facility on its South Charleston campus. Maintaining quality municipal services is an ongoing priority for the city of South Charleston. The police department was the first in West Virginia to implement a 911 system. SCPD has a full-time criminal investigation bureau that has investigated many high-profile multi-state computer fraud cases. South Charleston's fire department is deployed at 4 stations throughout the city, certified in hazardous material response and trained in all areas of rescue. The city's Department of Public Works oversees the maintenance of South Charleston streets with a fleet of vehicles, cares for public spaces, and provides refuse and recycling collection to city residents. Keeping our community healthy, safe, and clean, the keys to ensuring a high quality of life.
Welcome to South Charleston, West Virginia. We are a city of over 13,000 residents living in the central of the dynamic region with opportunities and amenities close at hand, with a down-home friendly atmosphere that makes South Charleston someplace special.
Located off Interstate 64 in the middle of Kanawha County, South Charleston affords easy access to Charleston, the state capital, Yeager Airport, and 4 higher education institutions, including Marshall University. When it comes to quality of life, South Charleston stands on its own with such assets as its park system, community center, Memorial Ice Arena, and landmarks of culture and entertainment. City services are true standouts. From the first responders to the crews maintaining the streets and public spaces, South Charleston is continually lauded for the work of its public employees. South Charleston is opening the door to progress, offering free Wi-Fi in business districts, and promoting technology-based local jobs as home to the West Virginia Regional Technology Park, with its world-class labs, manufacturing, and pilot plant facilities. In their free time, South Charleston residents can browse among the city's 5 distinct shopping areas and dine from a diverse menu of local restaurants.
Live, work, and play in a city that's someplace special, South Charleston, West Virginia.
And a very pleasant good afternoon, or is it still morning? I don't know. But hi, everybody. It's Brian Nostin, Natalie Tennant. We are live in South Charleston, West Virginia for the annual South Charleston Christmas Parade. And first of all, welcome. It's great to see you. Congratulations on your victory a while back. But, man, what a beautiful day for a parade.
Oh, it is so nice. And you can see some of that from the city of South Charleston. Thank you. I'm still Commissioner-elect of Kanawha County, so it's nice to be here in one of the great cities of Kanawha County and here with you. And you can see the sun is out. It's been freezing cold the last couple of days, but what a perfect day today. And the streets are lined in South Charleston. We're sitting in front of the famed mound that everyone is like the focal point. Like,
right.
How close are you to the mound in South Charleston?
We couldn't be any closer. I mean, any closer and we'd be on top of it, I think.
Sitting up there, yeah.
But yeah, it's such a historic area that we're in. And you and I were talking before we went on the air of all the businesses that line D Street here, and this is such a great community and a great event every year.
It really is. I walked down through here, and I was like, I don't know another town. I mean, there are, I try to think, Shepherdstown out in the Eastern Panhandle, but this is packed with businesses straight up and down D Street. Mm-hmm. And then obviously there are offshoots
on the side streets, on the avenues
also, but what a great place to come down here, and you think you can find some of the most unique things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you haven't been in the South Charleston, and I don't want to single out businesses, I don't want to play favorites, but the South Charleston Antique Mall here is one of my favorite stores. It's 3 stories, and I mean, you could spend all day in there and not see everything. Just some of the unique stuff that they have on this strip, some great places to eat. Mm-hmm. Olive Tree is right around the corner. I had lunch there yesterday, and it was just wonderful. And, of course, Happy Days Cafe down the street. I mean, there's so many different places here to come visit and see in South Charleston.
I was thinking about that with Happy Days, and I was trying to see who got the closest table to the window so they could see the parade coming
and
out.
Stay warm, right?
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's really not bad. I'm not going to complain about the weather. It could be raining, that's for sure. But talking, I was thinking about, do I go and get a sandwich from Yen's? And it's like, hey, folks, if you've never been to Yen's, in Pittsburgh, they'd be like, Yen's need to go to Yen's.
You'd be a Yenzer.
Yen's all need to go.
Or Permiani Brothers right there.
Right, right.
Looks like we're getting things underway here, and we've got everything lined up today in the parade, Natalie. We've got Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and bands and police and fire and you name it. We've got all kinds of things in store for our viewers today.
Yeah, and I think that this is really neat. There are so many Christmas parades. I think last night Dunbar had theirs. Tonight is Nitro, and it's always a toss-up when it comes to Christmas parades because I think that city leaders often struggle. Do we have a Christmas parade at night so everyone can show all their lights out?
Oh, yeah.
But look at what happened to Charleston on Thursday night. They were supposed to have one, but it was so cold with all of the wind. Like, this wind is nothing compared to what was Thursday night, but they moved it to December the 17th. And so this is a daytime parade for South Charleston and for the Christmas and holiday season.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit past noon. The parade officially started at noon, and as I was walking down about a half hour ago, I'm like, man, are people coming? They were late arrivals.
Yeah. Well, when I'll be honest with you, I sat in my truck for the longest time, not because I didn't want to come out here and be with you, but it was daggone cold this morning, and so the folks are, as you can see in the shot there, the folks are lined both sides now, so they came out of the woodwork to get this parade going, and You mentioned there's a lot of other parades today. I followed Dave Allen, a friend of mine on 580 WCHS. They have 3 parades that they are doing today. This one being one of them, and there's 2 more that. So they couldn't pick a better day to do it, as we said.
I think that I know that very, very lucky with the weather, and I think this just goes to show when we talk about all the people who are lined up. And I've been in many parades in my lifetime, in the last 6 months even.
yeah, that's right. And you said if you weren't doing this with me, you'd be in this one.
I would be in here also. And what I think is interesting, though, they have the police line there too, because you see people want to get a glimpse of what's happening and who's coming on and cheer on their children in the band and things, and also maybe keep kids back. That's always a big debate too. Should we even allow candy in a parade? If we allow it, can you throw it, and or do you have to walk with it? Like those become main concerns. Those are behind the scenes of a parade taking place. But that's an amazing shot.
Speaking of bands, you have got to tell the story of where you were week before last.
A week ago.
Yeah. Where were you and what were you doing on Thanksgiving Day?
Well, I went and cheered on the WVU team that never loses.
That's right.
That's the WVU band.
Absolutely.
And so I appreciate right now a sunny day, cold day, can be whatever it wants to, because it was the Macy's Day Parade. And for the second time, I wasn't there the first time the WVU band was in the parade, but I have friends who have children who are in the WVU band, and we went up there and we stood in the cold, the rain,
right.
And everybody was saying, "Oh, the band is leading off the parade." Well, the band was leading off Santa Claus.
Right. Which is at the end of the parade, and but I tell you, they did such a fantastic job. They've got they had such a great time slot, I guess is what I was trying to say. It was right before the end of the parade.
Yes.
And everybody wants to see Santa, so right before Santa, here comes. Here comes the WVU band.
And when they went by, I was trying to do some live Facebook on it, and you could see that we have the Grinch coming in here already.
He's a mean one.
Yes,
Mr.
he was on
Grinch.
TV. I watched it on Thursday night, actually. I guess I'm still old school.
Now, did you watch the old cartoon or the Jim Carrey version?
The old cartoon.
Okay, yeah. That's pretty good. I like that one.
Too much angst for it for me in the Grinch. But the WVU band, what professionals. When I saw them, they had ponchos on, because we all did.
Sure,
we were all wet
sure.
and cold and freezing. But by the time they went to Herald Square to perform, they had taken them off. And I saw a video of one of the band members who said that's the best performance we've ever done.
Yeah.
And people keep talking about that.
Right.
And they had to get up at 3 a.m. to go to Herald Square to practice,
right.
And then
right.
go back to their hotels and then go.
Because there's a lot that goes into that. It's not just the band going through Herald Square and stopping for a second for all the cameras. There's a lot of intricate turns and things that they have to do in choreography.
Yes. Yeah.
And so lay this rumor to rest. A lot of times people will say, "Oh, they're not really playing. That's recorded." But they were really playing, weren't they?
They were really playing.
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, look what we have here. The South Charleston Fire Department. Oh, but I think I can hear from the TV. You can hear some of the sirens. But then there's the Grinch.
And the Grinch is actually his music is his song is playing in the background, and such a great crowd, man, as they're coming down towards us here.
And the Grinch is part of the sheriff's department with the it looks like the tactical tank.
Yeah.
For the sheriff's department. But then also we talk about South Charleston. And South Charleston, yes, it's known for the mound. And here's that music, Mr. Grinch.
That's right.
But for the public services also, South Charleston is. It's like, the mound, yes, and trash pickup.
That's right. That's right.
And speaking of trash pickup, here's the Grinch who turns into a good guy. Like, that's
right.
always the thing, We always, it ends up being a good, it's not about the gifts, it's about the feel.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And then we have the Harley.
Yeah. Capital City Harley Group, number 5439. You see, what do we got? 4, 5, 6 of those folks out braving. How cold is it riding a motorcycle today? I mean,
Well, I don't know. I don't know. They could be. You don't see it very much,
No,
but you can only see it in a parade.
You don't, absolutely not. But looks like the mayor coming through, maybe.
Here's the
fire chief coming through
right
all
now.
right. And we can't say enough, Natalie, about our first responders, our South Charleston Fire Department. Those guys and gals,
right?
Man, they are just they're unbelievable in what they do. And you know, I used to be a volunteer firefighter, and there is no off time, right? When that pager goes off, you're out the door, no matter if it's pouring the rain down or snow or whatever. And so all of our first responders do a great job, and we appreciate them so much.
Yeah, right here you see the South Charleston High School Junior ROTC. There are about 70 members. They're not all there today as we see the fire trucks go by.
Right.
But as you took a look at the Junior ROTC, they are what they when I talked to the director of it, they talk about being citizens of character.
Yes.
That's what they're building in a Junior ROTC program.
Right.
Now, here looks like one of the old South Charleston. Well, no, that's DuPont.
Yeah, that's their fire operations.
Dow, not
at
DuPont.
Dow,
don't let them know I said that. DuPont
we won't
Dow.
tell us all.
But what is South Charleston known for also? For the chemical companies
Right.
that came in and helped to build up this city and became a real part of it.
Coming up here in just a second, we just saw the South Charleston
there we see the mayor.
marching band, and the mayor, he's bundled up. He looks like some toasty.
Yeah, Mayor Frank Mullins, been the mayor several years, and they're handing out candy. I must there he is, giving us a wave.
Yeah.
And
so they're handing it out. They don't want to put somebody's eye out with it.
Well, see, that's what they're doing. That's what they're following.
Right.
You know,
That's right.
I've known, and I'll admit a little bit. Here we go. Take a look again at the
Junior ROTC.
The Junior ROTC from South Charleston, and the colors coming by, and they are learning leadership and citizenship. And they were formed in 1995 at South Charleston High School, and they're very proud of that organization.
As well, they should be, for sure.
Oh, here's Company One. Here's an old, you see there's an old South Charleston fire truck.
I hear the drums.
Yes.
South Charleston High School Black Eagle Marching Band.
Yes.
Majorettes are all decked out. Instead of batons, they have candy canes today.
Yes, very nice. There are 47 members, rather, and Corey Green is the director. And the South Charleston band members wanted me to know they are award-winning. They were grand champions at the Winfield competition and third in the Kanawha Majorette competition also. Their drum leader is Savannah Portafati. She is a junior and very good. And there we see the city clerk is Margie Spence, who has just gone by. And here we have the mayor.
We've got a special guest, Natalie.
I know. Well, how are we going to put you? Here's the camera, Mayor. We want everybody to see your lovely face. So we may have you just come over and bend. Oh, no. They got you. They have you a chair right there.
Right behind you.
I also want to mention, I think that was right behind Margie Spence, city clerk is county clerk Vera McCormick.
There she is.
Yes, I'll be working with her. You know, we worked some when I was Secretary of State, but really I first worked with Vera McCormick when I was a young reporter at Channel 8, and she was the registrar. She was the registrar who still ran the elections in Kanawha County. She would not talk. She did not want to be on camera. I was the one who broke her.
Unlike you,
and
me
now
and Mr. Mayor
she's
here.
on all the time, and she looks like she's got a pretty good arm on her, too, throwing out some
absolutely.
candy.
Well, Mayor
Yeah.
Frank Mullins here from South Charleston. Thank you so much for being with us this morning, and tell
Yeah.
it. I mean, you have to be so excited about not only the weather but the turnout and everything about South Charleston.
Great turnout. I appreciate you saying that. It's been a great weekend. We had a Christmas tree lighting and drone show
Yeah.
last night, and we had this today. So it's been a fun weekend. A great turnout, as you said.
Yeah, I mean, this is we talk about South Charleston, and walking down here as I was preparing and meeting some of the folks you walk down D Street, it's packed with businesses.
It is, yeah. We're fortunate. We got a lot of great things going on in our city now. I've said this many times. I think our future's as bright as it's been in my 40. I've been in the city now for almost 41 years.
Jeez.
And so this is I've seen the good times and the bad times, but we're certainly on the upswing right now. So we got a lot of wonderful things going on. So it's a good time to be in our city. Yeah.
Not only.
By the way, congratulations to you.
Oh, thank you. I'm looking forward to it. That's okay. You can call me now. Yeah.
Yeah,
thank you.
First time I've seen you since the
Exactly. Yeah.
Kanawha County is very lucky to have Natalie back with us again, and
Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Not only the parade today you talked about last night, but over at Little Creek Park, there's a bunch of stuff going on, and they've got the lights over there going on now through Christmas Eve. Talk a little bit about that.
A lot of firsts going on. First Christmas tree lighting with the drone show. Then we get the lights at Little Creek Park, which I just got a report yesterday. We had 180 cars go through last night.
That's awesome.
Wow.
So we've exceeded 400 since we've been open.
Wow.
Just on Monday. So
On the second,
it's
yeah.
our first swing at it. So what we're doing this year is going to be, every year we're going to grow and grow and grow and get bigger and better at Little Creek Park. So I've been real excited about how many people have actually been through the park already. For our first year, it's been good.
Now, I want to tell everybody that it's open every night from 6 to 9, and then on December 13th and 14th, there's going to be pictures with Santa. They'll have free cookies and hot chocolate.
Nice.
I'm in, right?
Yeah.
And so lots of opportunity to get out and go through the display over at Little Creek Park and get some cookies and hot chocolate on the 13th and 14th.
There's no fees to get in.
Right.
There's no donate. No, this is free for folks to come on out and just enjoy yourself and have a good time.
Yeah, and we talk about how packed the downtown is. You're talking about Little Creek also, but your big build over here at Park Place. I mean, it's happening what you anticipated.
And the domino effect that we haven't even had a chance to talk
You're
about.
putting the dominoes in? Is that a news flash?
Who knows?
Okay. All right.
Maybe that'll come too.
All right, good.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of activity this spring and fall when the stores will really start. The Kroger Marketplace will be the first one in the state of West Virginia. They're going to break ground April the 14th, and everything's going to kind of springboard after that. So I think we have 5 stores starting this spring. So there'll be about 20 to 26 altogether. By summertime, you'll see them all start popping up. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I do want to remind folks, I was talking to someone about economic development and when should someone start a business. And business owners have a tough time in January and February because we've spent all our money in December.
Right.
So I'm asking residents and the public, just remember those small businesses in January and February. Go and still, don't wait till spring to come see them. Come and do what you can.
We do a big small business campaign.
That's right.
We just did that. And so, yeah, it's very important, Natalie. Thanks for bringing that up.
Mr. Mayor, how cool is to see this? There, you get the interaction with the crowd during this parade, right? That's the horse is from WVU Medicine. It's not from WVU Medicine, but the horse is with WVU Medicine, Thomas Hospitals, and they're right in front of us here now at our broadcast location. But the way they just stop and interact that's what makes these things so special. Is that the kids are out here and they get to see the Grinch and they get to see the horses and the bands and all that. This is just such a cool event.
I've always said about the government at our level is our very personalized, intimate government. So we interact with people like that all the time, whether it be a parade, whether it be service. Hey, garbage people have remote controls for the garage doors.
Now, let me tell you about this. This is not a golf cart here, but I will tell you, at Thomas, this is a vehicle that they use. If you're not familiar, if you have to park, quite a ways away from the entrance, these guys will come pick you up. In this vehicle, it is heated in the winter and it's cool in the summer, and they will take you all the way to the entrance so you don't have to walk. It's great for the elderly that can't find a close parking spot.
WVU Medicine has been an amazing addition to this city, and particularly to the west end of this city in Spring Hill, where we need a little shot in the arm, which they've given us. And they've been nothing but a great partner, a great community partner ever since they've been here. So I got nothing but praise for them.
You mentioned the construction a second ago before we got sidetracked with the horse, but I got to call it as I see it. But are you able, other than the Kroger Marketplace and things that we already know is going in there like the Menards and things, are you able to let the cat out of the bag a little bit as to other businesses?
For some, I think there's some that we've mentioned that haven't got a lot of publicity. Like Mission Barbecue's coming; they'll be located right across from where the Chick-fil-A is. It's a great
Have you ever had?
I've not been to one, but
Okay.
I've heard my staff has just been it. They love it.
So I have been to Mission Barbecue, and they're military themed, right? They've got tanks and stuff out front, and it is some of the best barbecue that you've ever had, man. It is so good. There's the closest one here is up in Canton, Ohio.
Wow.
And yeah, so I've been to that one, and they're fantastic.
It'll be the first one in the state, so that's a good thing. And they're going to start this spring as well. They'd start tomorrow if we were ready for them. So they're ready. Understand they play the national anthem every day too.
Yes, that's right.
Everybody stands up,
And how I found out that they were coming was the last time I was there, I was like, man, you need one of these places in West Virginia. And they said, well, as a matter of fact, we are coming to West Virginia.
Nice.
And I said, where? I live in Hurricane. They said, you ever heard of South Charleston? I said, as a matter of fact, yeah, it's a driver and a 7-iron from Hurricane. So yeah.
Intersection with Mission Barbecue, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, and the Krispy Kremes across the
Right.
street. That's a busy intersection.
Yep,
Well,
for sure.
and then South Charleston's also known for the Armed Forces Parade.
Yeah, we are.
And so that just seems like a perfect, I can see the Mission Barbecue sponsors the Armed Forces Parade. I'm with you, see?
That I'm telling you, that's sales 101 right there, and marketing 101.
I think that comes with county commission when you're always looking for that public-private partnership.
That's right.
Yeah.
So many great things happening in the city of South Charleston, and you're not surprised with the turnout today, right? I mean, the community here and the people are just fantastic.
Yeah, this parade's normally pretty well attended. Last year's crowd was absolutely amazing as well, just like this year. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me a bit.
Yeah, and a nice day to have it. And we see coming down. See, they're a little farther away. That's the South Charleston Public Library. Let's talk about the South Charleston Public Library. The resilience that the employees there after, I don't know, what was it? The flood? It wasn't flooding. It was just high winds that knocked something. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Water leaked through into the floor, and there was a lot of damage done. So we were closed down for a couple of months.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, and it was a team effort from Public Works, the library staff, and everybody. But yeah, it's a great library. Just get I get a lot of good feedback from people that patronize our library.
Well, it is, and it's, the Kanawha County Library, the huge one in downtown, is a great meeting place, but there have been several meetings that I have on a regular basis that take place in the South Charleston Public Library, too.
It's so convenient. It's easy to
Yeah.
get to. There's free parking around.
Some parking, yep.
It's a really convenient place to get to.
Yeah, and to have them, come back after that.
Listen, I'm blessed. I have a great staff from top to bottom. I mean, we have 325 employees, and they're just absolutely amazing.
Yep, and you're getting working on a new community center, right?
Yeah, we're going to do that too. Yeah, that's been in the plans for a long time. It's just starting to get a little bit of publicity. But look,
Right.
Great facility. It's in a floodplain, been underwater 9 times. We've known we need to replace it for a long time. TIF district is a funding mechanism to do that now, and so we're ready to roll.
Yeah. All right. So we won't be calling it. I don't know if this is appropriate. The nickname of the community center, but the Dolly Parton Center. That's whatever I'll say it because she's such an icon, and to be able to be associated with that is great.
Hey.
Maybe we'll get her in. Who knows?
It was a wonderful marketing tool, and that was about it.
Yeah.
That's about it for that roof. So,
Fair. Okay. Good.
Little chilly for a rag top today at a convertible to the South Charleston Women's Club with their red Volkswagen. Got the little Rudolph nose going on
and they're
there.
right on D Street also. But let me tell you, they have the heat blaring in there. Don't worry about them.
Yeah, where's our heater?
Exactly.
I mean, our Butch let us down. I brought Chick-fil-A this morning. He didn't give us a heater. I don't understand.
Yeah. And there you go. There's Amanda right there. You can see her. Those are some workers. The South Charleston Chamber of Commerce in that bright green Jeep. They are amazing, and they'll have events before hours, after hours, all kind of events, and they take care of their businesses here.
great executive directors, our chamber.
Yes.
It's been the best one we've had.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good shot here of the folks from the South Charleston Public Library that you were just
There we
talking
go.
about. Grinch is he got off his Panzer tank and now he's walking, or is it maybe a different Grinch? And Snow White is in there.
The Grinch needs, just like Santa Claus, the Grinch needs helpers out and about too.
Yeah, that's right, for sure.
Yeah. They a lot of the storybook characters from coming to life from the South Charleston Public Library.
Snow White, and you
yes.
can hear the bagpipes in the background. I just love the sound of bagpipes, man.
Yes.
Last night, too.
Was she?
Oh.
She's been a busy girl.
Oh yeah. And the Benny Keatum Highlanders Band and bagpipes. Nice. And they're all part of the Shriners. We're going to see the Oriental Band coming a little bit later also, but part of the Shriners that help with children with burns and children with in wheelchairs and crippled children, and they get services for free, and that's always at Shriners Hospital.
One of the best Christmas commercials you'll ever see is the Coca-Cola polar bear.
Yep.
And and we got him here today in South Charleston.
I know. That's advertising.
I
And
know.
I'm a sucker for advertising because you see it at Christmas time. You just want a Coca-Cola. And it's the advertising.
I do.
that
I
comes from it.
am a Coke fan for sure. Well, Mayor, I know you have some things to do, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah, we'll see you around.
Thank you, Mr.
Oh, we
Mayor.
are.
We appreciate it. All right, man.
Thank you.
Mayor Frank Mullins here from the city of South Charleston. We appreciate so much him taking time out of his busy day, and I know he's got tons of stuff to do today, Natalie, but we appreciate him taking time out of his early afternoon to come talk with us.
A 40-plus year
career in South Charleston.
Yeah, that's even longer than Vera McCormick.
And you and I, true.
Yeah. Well, there's the live. You can see it right there, the Church of the Nazarene at Davis Creek.
Yeah, Bethel.
That's Bethlehem,
Bethlehem
yes.
Lights, right.
Yeah, at Davis Creek. That's always a good live nativity scene.
And again, these folks are working overtime today because I guarantee you that the folks that some of these folks that you're going to see today in this parade, you're also going to see in the other two parades that are going to be.
Right.
So, I remember way back in the day before motor cars, when I was in marching band in high school, we would do 2 or 3 parades in a day, just to go around and hit everything that we possibly could.
Yeah, because a band makes it. And you saw earlier the family care health centers with
I
their
love
big
these
band
folks.
serve so many counties, and they have the only freestanding birthing center.
Yeah.
And it's right, and there they are, right in on the west side where the old Kelly's Men's Shop was. I had an opportunity to visit that, and that is a great location.
And you
a
see
great
this motorhome
event.
all over Kanawha County because they are going around, and not just Kanawha County, but they help so many people, and I absolutely love it. I got to give a shout out to Jennifer Farr and
That's
her
right.
staff at Family Care Health Centers because they do just a tremendous job. Who do we have here coming
Well,
up?
I'm looking to see what I can see. I saw the soldiers marching, but they're a little farther back.
Yeah.
We're located on the corner
Of D and 7th.
Excuse me, yeah. And, right in front of
Right
the mound.
in front of the mound.
Where all the staging takes place, especially for the Summerfest
Mm-hmm.
in South Charleston, where the dancing would be out on the street. So this is, I'm not sure what this group is, but boy, do they look good. Oh,
They
there
look
we
good.
have the
They're
harmony.
colorful.
Yes. And there you can see the harmony at Southridge in front of us. And here is the Team Valley Center that are coming by. Oh, my. They got a lot of blow-ups.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder if it's warm in there. You
Well,
know?
I'll tell you. Everybody thinks I was the Mountaineer. I was the Mountaineer.
Yes, you were.
But they don't know about me as Superdog, where you are covered all in fun fur. So, yes, you can be
Superdog.
also. Yeah, North Marion Huskies.
Oh,
Superdog.
Did that help you get the Mountaineer gig?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the
All
confidence that you have, right? You never know what you've done in your past that builds up. And guess what? Your missteps, your failures help to build you for your successes.
I have a story to tell you about a former Mountaineer, someone you probably know, Rock Wilson.
Yes,
And
but can
I'll
we
tell
hang
you
on?
off
I want
camera.
you to tell me this because these are dressed as the Rockettes.
Right.
Now, I did go see the Rockettes when I was there cheering on WVU Mountaineers, and this show you have to see them. These folks, the Kelly Boggs Dance Studio, look so similar to what the Rockettes do. But when you told me that we have West Virginians in that Rockette show,
We do.
I was amazed. Tell us quickly.
So JD and Alexis Rappold, they are from Huntington. They are a
Yes.
husband and wife, and they are world-class figure skaters. Now, they work in the off-season. Well, there's no real off-season, but they work for Royal Caribbean. They are part of the ice skating team that goes all over the world on these ships. And when they're not doing Royal Caribbean in the off-season, they are at Radio City Music Hall, and they are currently there in Radio City's Christmas Ice Show. Mm-hmm. So if you happen to go to New York over the holidays here, yell "We Are," and it will thrill them to no end, because they are Marshall grads, and they are from Huntington, great kids, and they also are Guinness Book World Record holders.
For what?
So he puts her, when they're on skates, JD puts his wife Alexis on top of his head, and she's on her belly on top of his head, and they spin around. And they hold the Guinness Book of World Records. They just broke it a couple of months ago for number of consecutive spins. And I can't remember. It's over 50.
Wow.
And, I mean, I can't even stand up on ice skates, but imagine having somebody on top of your head spinning around in circles. JD and Alexis do that. So, yeah, real proud of those kids from Huntington.
That's amazing. Yeah, and it's wonderful. You have to see the Rockettes. And here we see the
Spring Hill Baptist Church.
Yes.
Unwrapping the miracle of Christmas. So many different folks out today.
Then
who's this?
Some of these folks, this is,
it's got big eyes.
I know. It's not a Mater. It might be Mater.
Maybe
it might be a transformed
cousin of
version.
Mater. I don't know.
Yes, and I've been to that place.
Have you really?
The hot springs that they talk about.
No
we
kidding.
drove across country for my daughter to go to school, and we found ourselves there one evening, and it does have a lot of the old cars there too.
Very cool.
And there's Little Caesars, Guy.
Pizza.
I know. You wonder, like, give us one in each hand here. Let's see what we have going on here.
I know, right?
But this is when I was talking to some of the participants. You know, they're all. I don't want to say all. That's a strong word, but most of them are South Charleston based. So you see South Charleston coming back out and supporting what's taking place in the community. And there's still folks. I mean, I can see the beginning of the parade, and some people are still waiting and haven't even gotten on to the
over
to the
100 different participants today. And I mean, that says so much about the city of South Charleston and this event. And so many folks wanting to get in here and be a part of this event and parade. And there's the Ben Keatum Shriners, the clowns. We'll see them as they get closer.
Right.
You have to understand, there's like 3 different camera positions that we have here. So we have one here at the mound, and then there's one on me and Natalie, and then there's one, or is that Natalie and I? I never get that right, but Natalie and me.
There you go.
Okay, so there's one on Natalie and me, and then there's one. That's the one right there. See?
Right there, right straight ahead of us.
And then there's one to the left of us, and then there's one like way down the street and even further down. So there's like 3 or 4 different cameras that we have. So as you see things is not necessarily how we see things when they're coming at us.
Yes, we're trying to tell you talk about what you see on look at all those folks.
Yeah.
What you see on the screen. And I'll tell you something else about parades. I'm just giving you a little insight. Like, for the Macy's Day Parade, they knew exactly in order who was coming.
Sure.
But this is what the beauty of these community parades are, is that, yes, you call and you say, I'd like to be in the parade. And they say, come on down, first come, first serve.
Exactly.
So whatever line. And I was like, oh, well, Vicki, that didn't help much when you're trying to broadcast. And then I said at the same time, but you know what? That's me, because sometimes I show up late to things and I just get into there. So.
Yeah, for sure. We just saw the Canal Lodge number 25. IOOF. I never knew what IOOF meant, but it is the International Order of Odd Fellows.
I've never called them IOOF,
Yeah.
but I knew I've heard the International Order of the Odd Fellows.
I never knew that. You always hear Captain Jack Sparrow is coming right in front of us here, in front of our broadcast location.
Yeah.
But, you
we
mentioned
know
first
Mickey
come.
Mouse here.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned first come, first serve, and that's the beauty of it. We had a lineup of, okay, we know that Mayor Mullins is going to be there. We know Vera's going to be there. We know the Holiday Inn was coming.
Right.
But then it's like jump in and hang on.
That's right.
It's like, the Darlings playing music on the Andy Griffith Show. Just jump in and hang on.
Yeah.
And that's how this parade lineup is going.
Yep, that was Bridge Valley, which is an important part of this region. I love the work that they do up there. As we've transitioned from some of the Chemical Valley or the Chemical Valley facilities into other areas and community and technical colleges, they're my faves. I mean, they are so important to us.
Good folks at Downtown Ford here have made it over. They're just across the Patrick Street Bridge over here in South Charleston.
Mm-hmm. And these folks, now see, here's the difference between a day parade and a night parade. They did a really, really good job of putting lights on their car.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
I don't know if they're on or not.
I don't think we'll be here in 5 hours to see. I think they are on.
Well, you know what? Do we need 5 hours? It gets dark early.
I know, right? That's the folks at Lexi's.
I love how they did that.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. That's Lexi's Freshies making an appearance here today, and they really did it up right.
Oh, they probably do look good in the dark. Well, I think that they need to just keep going. The Nitro parade's on in about 6 o'clock, and that's okay. and it's a Tesla, no less.
Oh my
Sorry,
gosh.
I know. I keep looking at that car. Listen, I mean, I know parades, and there used to be a time. I mean, especially I've been running for office, I guess, for the last 20 years, and people are like, man, no one can pimp up a car like Natalie can when she gets in a parade. Like sometimes I'll have to just drive up because, especially running on around the state, and I remember this over in the Tri-County Fair, like Grant County, Hardy County, Pendleton County, and it's like you got to get out, scrub on some wheels, put some signs up, and things like and things like that. But
well, you said you know parades, and the fact that you know parades means that you also know that sometimes we have gaps in parades where we get a little bit of separation going on, and so that's what we have right now. So while we have a second, again, in case you're just tuning in, Brian Noss, Natalie Tennant here at the South Charleston Christmas Parade on Video Productions. But we congratulated you on your victory, and talk about how excited you are about Kanawha County coming up here. I mean, you have a swearing in coming up this month, and then you're going to be official in January. But a lot of exciting things happening in Kanawha County,
and also already some not good issues, not bad issues. We think issues coming up, but that's a good thing. Good ideas coming up. I do get sworn in on Thursday, December 19th at 10 a.m. At the ceremonial courtroom in the old courthouse, and I invite anyone to come because a lot of folks think, they look at that courthouse and it's beautiful and it looks like a castle. And there are some times when you see people, they don't think that they're allowed in their government areas unless you got to go in there and, get some work or file paperwork or things like that. But I say come on in, and that's one of the things that I want to do. It's like I'm going to let you know what office hours I will have. It may be, right before a commission meeting. It may be, on a Monday afternoon. But I'm going to work to do that because you never know what meetings might come in the way to have set office hours.
And office hours are not work hours for a commissioner. I mean, you are working all the time for the county.
Right. Like we have a new county manager who I've never really had an opportunity to work with, but I texted him today and I said, I'm going to have to text you or call you because someone has asked us to do something. And while I don't have the vote on it yet, it's still Commissioner Mark Slotnick. I'm going to be working today at some time. And even though the county commission is a part-time job, no elected office is part-time.
Right.
And nor should it be because you're going out in the community. You certainly went out asking people for their votes. It's time for you to go out and listen and work with people. So it's, while it says it's part-time, it's not really part-time. Ask the mayor.
Yeah,
He's not,
exactly.
It's not part-time. So.
Well, I know you didn't want to spend a whole lot of time about it, but I'm excited for you. I know Kanawha County is excited to have you on board as commissioner, so we're looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah, I am looking forward to it. We did have, it was a good opportunity. The County Commission Association of West Virginia had a leadership academy. I called it Commissioner School earlier this week, and I had the opportunity to go and be with other new commissioners and learn from some of the old ones. So that got me fired up even more.
It's exciting stuff. So these folks coming up here, there's my buddy Spencer Atkins on the side of that van. These folks coming up right here are the West Virginia Mountainettes, Natalie. and they're twirlers, and they do a great job. Now, these are the banner holders, but coming up here in just a second behind this big old Dodge Ram truck, you're going to see some girls perform. There's a good look at them right there, and these guys are so talented. Competition team, and they go all over the place, and they have competitions, and just like Kellbogg's Dance Studio, when we just saw a little while, they compete in events all year long, and it's so good to see these kids out here doing this today.
Yeah, and you know you're going to see some of these. We just talked about the WVU band and those twirlers. They have phenomenal twirlers at the WVU band. Tonight, Marshall plays for the Sun Belt Championship. I hope they don't pull away from the commercials and pull away from halftime. Maybe we'll get a chance to see some in the Marshall band also.
So, being a former Mountaineer, just real quick, do you have any thoughts on who the next coach should be at WVU?
Well, yes, I do. I thought you were going to say they used to call me some people who didn't quite want a woman to be the Mountaineer back in 1990 would call me a Mountainette.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, I'm from Marion County, and we've had North Central West Virginia has its share of very very successful head coaches.
Yes.
Nick Saban, Rich Rodriguez, Fielding Yost. That's
Jimbo Fisher.
Jimbo Fisher's Harrison County. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So yes, I do. I mean, I'm from not even Fairview, up the hollow between Grantown and Fairview. Rich Rodriguez is from Grantown. He graduated from.
Yeah. Well, he made a case for himself last night, right? I mean, winning the is it the Conference USA championship last night, or was it MAC? I think it was Conference USA.
It was, but it's not just one championship. I think you have to look at someone's body of work, and I know he's you got to spread out his body of work from Glenville to Tulane. He wasn't at Salem first.
He was at Salem, and he was at Tulane. Yeah, and in Glenville and Tulane. You're right. He was.
I mean, so that's those are things you have to think about. Oh, there's Mark Curtis.
There's Mark Curtis there, and there's Marilee from Channel 13.
Oh yeah, they're for the wild.
Marilee from Channel 13 is going to come up and talk to us for just a second.
Oh well, here's as she's talking and coming up. Right there's Channel 13. There's Mark Curtis.
Yeah.
He's Mark Curtis has been a long-time political reporter for Channel 13, and he's retiring. Good.
All right.
Let me talk about Dave Tucker real quick.
We're going to get Marilee.
This is Dave Tucker, who this is the Benny Keaton Band, and Dave Tucker has been the drum major for more than 50 years under the direction of the president, Tim Humphreys. But that band, the Benny Keaton Band, has been an amazing band. And right here, coming around the corner, is the Horace Mann Middle School. So, those are the feeder schools that go into our high school band. And there's WQBE Bunny Rabbit and WSAZ. I don't know. Is Tony Cavalier in there? We heard he might be here.
Well, he's the Grand Marshal today.
Oh,
I think.
Well, why is he clearing the back?
I don't know. Maybe
they put Vera up front.
But I have someone better looking than Tony Cavalier.
Sorry.
Right now.
Now I used to play favorites on TV stations. I don't play favorites anymore, Marilee.
Surely people don't do that.
But Marilee McAuliffe from Channel 13, we're here with us. First of all, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
And how many parades for you today? Now, we were just talking. There's more than one today.
There are a handful of parades. This is the first one, and then we have our company Christmas party happening here.
Nice.
In an hour or so. So we're just
where are you guys going?
We're going to go to Recovery and celebrate WOWK. Come by and see us. But
I was going to say, crash it.
Are you in the special room? There goes Etna going by with the Etna Bear.
There's our buddy Amanda Bear and taking our photo.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been fun. We love doing these. We were in Ashland last week. It just, gosh, I love this. If only the parade was longer, actually.
Yeah.
South Charleston's got a good one. This is
a great
time.
This is awesome.
And it's
sure.
a good weather. And there's this is amazing. He's former sheriff Dave Tucker, and
these guys are
think about this for 50 years. It's I know it's cold and he gets cold, but I've seen it in colder weather.
I really enjoy. They come out for the 4th of July parade in Ripley, and such a good time.
Yes.
These guys are great folks too. If you get a chance to stop by and talk to them, former sheriff up there.
Yeah.
How about it?
I know. I know.
Thanks so much for grabbing me. You guys got a great spot. Great view for sure.
Not too bad.
Yeah,
we are
down
not the
the
cheap
road.
seats for sure.
Yeah.
We're in good shape. But I know you're busy, so thank you.
And when can folks see you?
Okay, so WOWK, I anchor our noon show Monday through Friday, as well as our 4 p.m. show. Good Day at 4. A lot of fun. Check us out, guys.
Yeah.
Thank
Very
you.
good. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys. Get back to the
All right.
parade.
All right.
That's right.
Thank
That's
you,
right.
South Charleston.
Marilee
Yeah.
McCaller from Channel 13 WOWK, and we we had a little bit of a lull there, but then we were talking to Marilee, and man, we got hit real quick.
Things went by fast. How are you all? Oh, there we go. Rock 105. Getting all our media partners in here. You got to love this.
Yeah,
we do
absolutely.
love this,
We
Brian.
do love
you
this
and
part,
I.
yeah.
This is
So
us.
Rock 105 is where you can hear the Mountaineers on the radio locally. So our folks at WKLC Rock 105, and we appreciate those folks here. But yeah, you mentioned Channel 13 is here today, and SAZ is here today. I mean, Channel 8 is here today.
Right. Well, and that's
And the Dirty Birds.
Right.
The Dirty Birds.
Light the Night.
Oh, have you been?
I did. I've been
See?
around. I haven't fully, gotten all embraced, and I did walk around with a cup of hot chocolate. And
I have not been there yet, but I have got to go. I'm a light freak. I mean, I love the Christmas lights, right?
Yeah.
And so Light the Night that Ben Salango puts on, helps put on at I almost said Power Park. It's Go-Mart Ballpark.
I know.
With the Dirty Birds. That is amazing. When you drive
It
by
is.
on
It
64
is.
and
Yes.
see that, it is unbelievable. You can see it forever.
yeah, I mean, and that's what would intrigue people. We're talking about I just think about high school football. We have the state championship coming next weekend. It should have been this weekend.
Right.
That's okay.
Right, that's
We'll
okay.
get it right. There's Mix 100.9. That's where
Yep.
you see the Mountaineers.
That's right. That's
isn't
where
it?
the Mountaineers are. You're
Yeah,
right. I said
like,
Rock
man,
105.
Yeah.
I was close.
And so anyway, I mean, I just think that's a great chance for somebody to do something.
Yeah.
When they come. Actually, I was talking to a lawmaker last night from out of here, like they're from North Central West Virginia, and they were like, "Oh, we came down early, and now we don't have a special session today." And I'm like, "Well, you can still go to Light the Night."
Yeah.
That was a good thing that they can do.
I just was sitting here thinking as you and I were talking about that, I can't imagine what that's like either landing or taking off from Yeager to see that at night. That would be so
done
cool.
that.
I would be so cool to go up on an airplane and see that from the sky. I need to get a hold of Paige, who's the marketing director at the airport, for a free ride somewhere.
Yes.
To fly around the ballpark.
But even a drone shot, and there's V100 also. They just, I think, wrapped up Secret Santa. Who's that in the front? Is that
Steve Bishop. Steve and
who's driving? Jenny?
I could be Jenny. I saw them on stage the other night at Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Steve and Jenny were there.
We got him back.
Hi,
yeah.
Steve.
It looks
Absolutely.
like Jenny.
Yep, she's driving. She's probably a better driver than he ever thought about being.
Yeah.
But, no, I did see them the other night at Trans-Siberian Orchestra on stage, and they look good. And Steve Animal was there from the Mountain, and just all kinds of media folks out.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you get. My start in publicity, I know was as the Mountaineer, and then moving on and being a television reporter up in Clarksburg at Channel 12. But then, I mean, it's just you still have to interact. It's not like people want to see you in person. Whether they see you given the news, they still want to see you in person. And so these are the opportunities.
And that's why you see Marilee out here, and that's
right.
why you seen Amanda
see
Barra
all of
out
them.
here, and Mark Curtis was out here.
Right.
And Tony Cavalier is the what do you call it, Grand Marshal.
Yeah. Well, there goes Providence. That was Providence Insurance
yeah.
with the Tina White, your hometown insurance. Talked to her a little bit before. And coming up here is a nice John Deere tractor from the Antique Engine and Tractor Association. Now, there is a tractor museum out in Mason County.
Oh, there is. That's right.
Yeah. I don't know if this is the same one, but look at that.
That is.
As a farm girl, like these are the things that we would be looking at with my dad, and he'd be like, "Oh, well, yes, we had that one. A tractor like that burned up when the barn burned that year."
Yeah.
So we have all those stories.
Speaking of
also.
Steve Animal and the Mountain.
Yeah. Well, that's not him.
No, that's his sidekick.
Oh, Dave Allen.
Yeah, Dave.
Now
yeah.
we trust Dave Allen to drive. Ah, jeez. Yeah, he and Steve Animal, they take care of each other. They're
I can't believe they let you drive.
yeah, and he's got candy on the front of the
He
chair.
does. Yeah.
Now here we have the. This is Nitro Band. We just had the. I believe
We had the middle school band a little while ago.
Right, we had
the
Horace Mann, we had South Charleston, and this isn't Nitro yet. I haven't seen the
Usually they'll have a.
Sissonville.
That is Sissonville.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, typically they'll have a marquee that tells everybody who they are, but no, it's good to see folks coming down Route 21 from Sissonville to participate here this afternoon.
Oh, yeah, and you talk about a parade. Their homecoming parade is pretty amazing in Sissonville. And at Route 21.
Well, check out the tuba player wearing the Santa get-up.
There you go.
That's awesome.
I love it. Oh, look at the now they put some special things on those
bass drums. Yeah. Now, as a former band geek, I was a trumpet player for years. I love that kind of stuff.
And here's Rand coming from other part of the county to support. I think that's always important, because many times you might need assistance.
Rand Volunteer Fire Department from 1952 is when they got organized and got together down there, and it's great to see them drive up
and
Route
some
60.
of those, it's interesting that you say that you were a volunteer firefighter.
Yes, in Williamstown.
Really?
Wood County, yes.
Wow. I mean, that is a struggle now. And, someone said that to me. You're a commissioner now. You don't want to hear this, but, we may have to start paying firefighters, the volunteer ones.
Yeah.
So, we're looking at things like that. Well, here you go. You got fortified this morning with Chick-fil-A,
I did. Tom Minturn and his folks and Chick-fil-A, they are absolutely fantastic. And, of course, Tom owns the one in Southridge, and he owns the one brand new here in South Charleston. I did breakfast there this morning. I got 5 chicken biscuits and an orange juice, and the drive-through was just, smooth as silk like always. So, I've always said that if they could run elections like they do the Chick-fil-A drive-through.
Hey, elections are run well.
They are. But California is still counting.
Well, but that's because they're the biggest state in the union with 44 million people or more. Took my. I had to defend elections. Now I forget what I was going to say about
about Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yeah, where I had breakfast. I had breakfast at the Teamsters, which is right over a stone's throw practically up on Central Avenue in South Charleston. But I want to tell you about the Teamsters. For years, they have partnered and raised money for Children's Home Society. Mm-hmm. And that's what they've been doing. And they deliver a tractor-trailer load of food and gifts.
I am a grandfather because of Children's Home Society. My daughter and son-in-law were able to adopt 2 baby boys from them.
Wow.
And it was just, don't get me started, awesome. I'll start crying. But Children's Home Society, I love them. And I love these folks here, too, because I am lucky enough to be the voice of West Virginia State University football and basketball, and this is the West Virginia State University band.
The Marching Swarm.
Yes.
See, both of us are parade or band folks who, the thing is, they say, I love a parade.
Yeah.
I have to. I'm in the band. So,
That's right. Yeah. But no, I'm lucky enough to get to work with West Virginia State, and these guys do a great job at the football games every year, so it's good to see them out here today.
Yep. Josh Cole's their director. They're playing some Christmas songs here. The Marching Swarm. And there we see Element Credit Union. And Linda Bodie has, opened up even more branches that you see around. The one on the west side, like there obviously is one right down, what street is that over there? The corner of D and...
it's like 3rd Avenue or something like that
in South Charleston. But I invite folks to go visit the one on the west side. Mm-hmm. It is like a community center where they have gaming, where they have meeting rooms, and all kind of opportunities there.
One of the things, one more thing about Element, one of the things I love them is that they are a shared credit union. So my credit union is actually in Parkersburg, but I can bank here locally with Element, and it's all shared. So it's really cool. Yeah. There's good folks at Kanawha County Metro 911, man. Yes. We could not do emergencies without those folks.
And Johnny Rutherford, he's going to be retiring as the director there. So a lot of good things. He'll have more time to play Now, here we go.
I like this.
Cars. Well, I've lost the name.
Well, the first one we're seeing coming
Is
towards us is a Trans Am.
It's not Mater. It's...
No. Yeah, I can't remember either.
And you have grandkids.
I do. And then there's a Pontiac GTO right behind it.
Wow.
How gorgeous is that? I am a sucker for cars. And I've got a friend, Tim Morris, who's a sucker for cars too. You know Tim? He's a Cadillac dude, but he also loves Trans Ams because he's a huge Smokey and the Bandit fan. So
wait a minute, are we talking about the same Tim Morris that has the limos now?
Yes.
Okay.
That's Tim Morris.
That's what I thought you were going to say. He's a sucker for limos.
Well, that too.
I guess that's his job.
But he owns about 48 Cadillacs, and I'm obviously kidding, but he's got a lot of cars, so he would appreciate that.
Yeah. I was looking on Learning Academy, and they're nice. Is that their own bus or a borrowed one? But there was a time like I'm getting hooked on transportation like that. I want something like this for my own personal use.
There you go. You'd be the tenant mobile.
Exactly. We've got that many people. Like it's like okay, the basic for a Christmas or Thanksgiving dinner is 40. We're going to start at 40, and then we'll see. Who's coming, who's not going. So that's a nice thing.
Folks, a Trojan landing here. It's certainly not boating weather right now, but it's not too soon to start thinking about the spring and summer when it'll be time to put the old pontoon back in the water again.
I know. Let's hope it
it's
comes
snowing,
faster.
Natalie.
Yes,
it's snowing.
And you know what? This is the Mountain Heights Church. They're making it snow because they say nobody loves you like Jesus.
Ah, that's awesome. That is awesome.
So I'm wondering, is it staying? Is it just foam?
I don't know. It is foam.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's foam.
You have it on your glove there. All right.
Like Cornelius. I missed
the South Charleston youth cheerleaders going by there.
Right.
Things starting to really pick up here at the corner
they're
of
moving.
7th and D.
Here is Suddenly Spotless. They're out of Charleston. They have local cleaning for residents and commercial services. And they say that you need to love where you live.
Oh, see?
Well, yes. If someone came and cleaned my house, I would love it,
too. You would love it. You would love it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my downfall. And actually, one of the guys, he was helping up there because some of the people dropped out, and I'm like, oh, that's a bummer. And he said, we're all fragile in our own ways.
Yeah.
Wow. And mine would be not able to clean my house.
Well, it's not like you don't have anything else to do.
No, but that's I could always. But that's my before I go on to something else,
busy.
I need to clean and put things away, and I'll get better at that. I'm hopeful.
Good folks at Restoration Baptist Church. They're located on 7th Avenue right here in South Charleston, just up the street here from us.
Exactly.
Just right around the corner. And it's great to see those folks out here today. All those kids bundled up, but they're having fun. These kids can say, you remember when we got to ride on that float in the South Charleston Christmas Parade? It's pretty cool.
My poor daughter will say, oh, this is what it looks like from the other side?
Yeah.
We've had her in the parade so many times when she stands on the side. She's like, oh, this is what it looks like?
Yeah.
You get candy? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, and this is what the tough part is. I didn't tell you what I did, and I didn't even get to tell the mayor. I walked by, and he wasn't in his Jeep, but I looked in there. I wanted to see what he was throwing out. He had some candy. He had some chocolate candy bars.
Now, and he didn't bring us any.
No, I ate them on the way.
Oh, good girl.
But they're frozen, and no wonder you can't throw them.
That's right. Yeah,
like
you
right
would.
There.
That Milky,
feel that thing.
That Milky Way would put somebody's eye out. Good night.
Yeah.
All right. So now, this guy right here,
confession.
I don't care what it is. It's fine with me because he has a Steelers license plate on the front.
You're a Steelers fan, too?
Yeah. Spotlight Pest Control. Love those guys. But, Steelers and the Browns tomorrow from Accusure. And they'll try to make amends from losing the week before last to Cleveland up at
in that Snow Bowl.
Yeah, that was bad.
Dang, I know. But those are the ones you have to win,
right?
Because that becomes then the difference. Like I didn't really know who to cheer for when it was the Ravens versus the Eagles. Mm-hmm. Like who's going to help the Steelers more?
Yeah.
But I guess a loss, the Ravens. But
root for the bird team. You can't lose. Ravens, Eagles, they're both bird teams.
Yeah, but no, I just want them to benefit.
Yes.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Like last year, didn't Pittsburgh barely miss it? Was that it?
Yeah, Pittsburgh hasn't won a playoff game since 2018.
Oh,
so they need to get with it here this year. But you see, Send the Rain Ministries are out walking D Street with us today, and what I like to see at the end of the parade is they're all out of candy. They have an empty bag though, so they've done their job. They have done their job.
But I always worry. I'm like, I just hope that Guardians took their kids up closer to the front so they would get the candy and not lose any at the end, be out at the end.
Cricket Wireless just went by. That's who I have my cell phone service with, is Cricket.
Really?
I love them. Yes, they are awesome. They're awesome. Have been with them for about 5 years now.
And in all your travels over Ohio and everything, it's still
piece of cake.
Wow.
Seamless. Wow. Tiny Miss West Virginia. That was
Possum?
Piper.
But did it say
Possum Queen? Yeah. She was the Possum Queen.
Where's that festival? Now. That one's going to have to
go.
It
could be anywhere. It could be anywhere.
It's on the side of the road somewhere. That's where that festival is.
That's right. Oh, that was good. That was bad, but that was good.
Yeah. Well, the Down Syndrome Network is on D Street in South Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
I just walked by it too. It's one of the many spots that are filled here.
Yeah, and we talked about that as we were going on the air. Was that you would be hard pressed to find an empty storefront on D Street here, because there are so many businesses on both sides that are active and thriving here in South Charleston.
Yeah, growth builds growth, and you want to see, if I'm going to go in a store, I want to see something else.
Yeah, for sure.
There.
Now, do you need braces?
Panucci and Jackford. No, we're over that too. I got a 22-year-old.
Panucci and Jackford. Yeah. Now, I love purple. And they're dressed in purple today and silver and purple.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that.
A bright one.
Looks beautiful, yeah.
There we go, Channel 8.
Is that Terry Burhan's driving? I'm not sure who that is.
No, he shouldn't be driving either, I don't think. Let the photog drive.
He's out, yeah. He's out road tripping today.
But I like the speaker on top of the car.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I like this. Look at nice little couch on the back.
Oh, yeah.
And then let's talk old cars again. Runyon. And there's Santa Claus making his way in a trike, but there's Runyon Realtors.
Yeah, Anthony Runyon and his folks at Runyon are great folks. And they have an office right up the street here, and then they have another one over in Hurricane behind the Walgreens in Hurricane. And, Anthony and his folks are fine people to deal with. Centerwell Home Health is coming at us right now.
They are they're skilled in-home workers.
Yeah, home health care. They and there's a lot of that. There's a lot of need for that nowadays with, folks that need a little bit of help. They're not totally dependent on someone, but they need a little help once in a while. And these folks can help them do that.
Right. They're in 6 different counties: Kanawha, Putnam, Clay, Fayette, Jackson, and Lincoln. And what I think is interesting when we talk about in-home care, we used to talk about, gone are the days when the doctor would make a visit to you. Well, it's actually coming back in a different form.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad had to have it when he was living, and it's just, and that's a good thing too.
I have a next door neighbor who's 81, and she won't mind me saying this. There's Tony. She won't mind me saying this, but she has help, and she calls them her angels. Yeah. And they come and help her do things around the house, and it's just nice to have, for sure.
Right, and it's especially if you're the family member who lives farther away, and that there's someone who is going to be talking with your loved one. I mean, that's the way it was good for us also. Yeah. Hey, how
Tony.
are you? Come on, sit down here. Let's talk.
Sit down and talk to us for a second. So we are joined by, first of all, we have to thank the guy for the weather today. Tony Cavalier from WSAZ Channel 3 joining us, Brian Noss and Natalie Tennant. thanks for stopping by. You look nice and toasty today.
One of my favorite parades in the whole area. Huge crowd tonight.
Yeah.
Some of the parades have been down in attendance because of the chill, but this daytime parade, we're fine.
So,
big crowd.
Is this your only one today, or do you have more?
Heading over to St. Albans. I would do another one, but we got our 75th tonight. So.
All right, yeah.
Your 75th parade tonight?
75th anniversary now.
For Channel 3.
That's right. That's right.
So we got our big bash. So
yeah.
I'll take the third parade off.
Yeah.
Everybody's partying in the TV business.
That's right.
WOWK, if you want to go by their
they're
office party.
They're over at Recovery. They're having
they're
having an office party at Recovery. I think Natalie and I are headed there after this. So, but no, are you the Grand Marshal today, or are you just in this?
No, I'm just in it, and I shoot the parades and. Love putting these stories together.
Right, we see those all the time on Channel 3. You're all over the place with your parades.
No, but everybody's part of our audience. Natalie knows better than anybody, and you got to serve everybody.
See, we were just talking about that how important it is to get out. Also, it's
but
not
this
if
is fun
just to
do.
be on. Oh,
if you look at it like work, it's not.
That's right.
But if it's fun and it is meeting people and just. Mixing with the crowd.
I love it too. And Liz, won't you show a little bit of your as we see some of the other folks come down. You're shooting on
a little flip camera.
JVC.
This has prolonged. This has prolonged my career, guys.
Exactly.
That's right.
Without this,
you know what they have now? They have cell phones. Delaney's in, my daughter's in, and they have multimedia.
Tim always tells me,
you got to use your phone sometimes now too. But if you're doing okay with that, you can't.
I get to South Charleston at least 3 times a year. Summerfest, I like to shoot up on the top of the mound.
Right.
The Armed Forces Parade, where they honor folks
we were just
before
talking
Memorial
about
Day.
that.
And then the great parade here. And here comes the master of the master of the night.
Yeah, for sure.
And he assured me, the question I asked him was, have the boys and girls of South Charleston been good or bad, Santa? And without hesitation, he said they've been good.
Oh, I thought you would say yes.
That's what we like to hear. Well, we know you're busy. Thank you for stopping
Brian,
by.
Natalie, good to see you guys. Thank you for inviting me.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Tony Cavalier from WSAZ Channel 3. When it comes to weather, there's nobody that does it like Tony around here. So thank you again for stopping by.
Yeah, thank
you. And the big guy right there, the weather big guy just left, and then there's the other big guy.
Yes.
As we wind things up here this afternoon.
Oh, and how nice. What a great sled. And, Mrs. Claus is home working, though.
That's right.
I just know it. Like I have myself had bacon. We have the Feast of the Seven Fishes coming up in Fairmont next weekend. That's where I'll be. And so I know what it's like, Mrs. Claus.
Yeah. Well, it's so great to see Santa taking time out of his busy schedule this time of year. And he's got his work cut out for him here for the next couple of weeks as he gets ready for Christmas.
Right.
And that that, as they say, is that.
What a great parade. What a great time.
And
it's been good to work with you.
I have enjoyed working with you. Natalie and I have something in common because we both used to do high school sports at different times, but for the same network. And so we kind of have that in common, and we're both band geeks, so we like that as well. And but it's been great working with you today. And
thank you.
Again, congratulations on being elected to Kanawha County Commissioner, and I'm excited for the things that you're going to do for us in Kanawha County.
I appreciate that, and I also want to thank West Virginia Video Productions.
Yeah.
This is, you're just seeing this parade, but there are so many other things that you can see around the community. You talk about being involved in the community, and whether it's a parade, games, football games, basketball games, wrestling.
Right, and I absolutely love, and he doesn't get enough credit, and he hates it when I do this, but Butch Mounts, who runs Video Productions and owns Video Productions, is such a community guy, and he wants to get out and do, and it's not just the big high schools and the colleges.
Right.
Pee-wee stuff. You'll see pee-wee games on Video Productions and things like that, and like parades like this, and we were talking before we got off the air. He wants to do county commission meetings, and he wants to go and do car wrecks and follow ambulances around and stuff. So you never know what you're going to see from Butch and his crew. But again, it's really cold today, so hats off to all of our camera guys. And again, it's been great working with you. And I want to thank Frank Mullins, the mayor, for coming by and spending time with us. And I'm good, dude. We're getting offered candy here on live television.
That's good.
But we want to thank Frank for stopping by. Marilee McAuliffe from Channel 13 came by to see us, and Tony Cavalier from WSAZ stopped by to say hi and talk to us, and we appreciate them.
And also the South Charleston Convention and Visitors Bureau, who's the behind the scenes that have been putting this on. And it's not, you think that the only thing they're doing is working on the South Charleston Christmas Parade. No, they have other stuff.
They've got other stuff going on
at the same time. So,
but we're going to call it a wrap here from D Street and 7th Avenue in South Charleston, West Virginia. And so for my partner Natalie Tennant and all of us at Video Productions, I'm Brian Noss. Thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. Have a very, very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next time. Good afternoon, everybody.